Hello, welcome to the Food and Cosplay podcast where Eddie talks. Yes, that's right, that Eddie. But I just want to inform you that we're about to listen to some views and comments from the hosts and guests that may not reflect everybody's opinions. So keep it nice, all right? We want a nice open conversation. And at this point, usually Eddie plays that banter section, but remember, you can always listen to other podcasts. But because you're here, you're going to have to listen to the banter.
Gossip.
Oh, not yet.
Gossip.
I want to know the tea.
Banter. No, we do banter first.
Yeah, I'm done.
Banter.
Banter needs an acid tablet before she does anything else.
Oh, Dan wants to watch the Grand Prix, so he's like, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet?"
Where is it today?
When's
It's not until 12. I know it's not until another hour or something. I don't know.
loads of time. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. But he's like, Grand Prix. Gotta watch Grand Prix.
I don't think I can be bothered.
I don't know what.
Look, clock is on. That.
Eddie, stop recording so I can tell you my gossip.
No, I will keep on recording.
No, you want to see the banter?
Banter.
What banter? You can't
know.
force me to banter. I refuse.
Be funny on command, damn it.
You do know this is banter right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Why do you think I'm being so hilarious?
You hilarious. I doubt that 100%. Banter.
I'm so ill.
No.
You are. I do. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is the Ed Talks About podcast, a weekly podcast talking about cosplay, Comic-Con and everything else. I'm your host Eddie, and this week we are talking about, well, Unscripted. I haven't done an Unscripted for a while, so let's get going. Let's do an Unscripted. Woo! In this episode, my guests are Siobhan of Shield Photography, and I've got here Plague. I think I'm sure I had Lydia, but I've got Plague instead. Just Plague. Celery Moon Design. Oh damn! I didn't do my joke.
Oh,
the lusty.
Shoddy podcasting.
I know, right? God, doing a weekly cosplay podcast. You know, it's so hard to do. Oh, by the way, how's your podcast going?
I blame software going to like paid platforms.
Yeah.
Why can't software be free anymore?
Yeah.
Shots fired.
No, Eddie bullied us off the internet.
Yeah, that's the real truth.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Liz hasn't heard this. Me and Siobhan were talking about this. Do you think I can claim that I am UK's #1 cosplay podcast, in brackets, unofficially, unproven, undocumented?
I think you could put whatever you like and put, as long as you put unofficial, then you're
yeah,
good,
to be
right?
honest. The unofficial makes anything possible.
Yeah,
so I could be I am Jessica Negri, in brackets, unofficial.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. So hence the stay forward. I am Jessica Negri, in brackets, unofficial.
I mean, I had enough of those like unofficial annuals when I was a kid, and I'm like,
God,
you know
I forgot those existed.
Yeah, you know the ones I mean.
Jesus.
It'd be like my sister used to get like the unofficial Take That annual, and it would just be like a bunch of unlicensed photos of Take That, and I guess somebody paid like a $5 for it. So,
oh God, I feel like I bought some. I don't care. I'm 40. I don't give a shit. I think I bought some unofficial Spice Girls merchandise. I think in the past.
Yeah, see if they can get around copyright law, then.
I had the Lord of the Rings unofficial book of some sort. I can't remember what it was though.
But I was just gonna say, hang on. What? But this tagline of like UK's #1 cosplay podcast. It's not a what do you say? Copyright. It's a statement. So
yeah.
I don't know if that statement's true. I'd like to know if there's any other UK cosplay podcasts are about that. I think there's one called what was it? Control Alt Cos, but
God.
I don't know what happened.
We get it. We died, Eddie.
Eddie beating a dead horse is better than our podcast.
By the way, the software that I'm using, I should be paying for, but I'm not. So every 2 weeks I have to create a new account.
Oh no! See, we thought about it though. It was like absolutely not.
Yeah.
I only have so many email addresses I can tag to stuff.
Oh no! I'll tell you. Oh no, shit! I'll tell you now. Basically, Google, you can affix or prefix plus and then anything afterwards. So if your email address, shall we say, is I'm a hateful man, just as Reese Mogg at gmail.com.
What a pull!
What a very specific random pull.
I just randomly picked that out of the air. So you could put I'm a hateful man, Jason Reese Mogg plus Conservative Party at gmail.com and it'll still work and it'll go into the same inbox.
Oh.
So
And he's hacking the system.
Oh yeah. So I've still got the one inbox, but they all come into that. All those email addresses come into that same.
I think
inbox.
Eddie was just worried that we were too powerful, and so
Eddie bought Zencaster and then was like,
Yeah.
"Make these bitches pay," and we were like, "Ain't got time for that, or the budget, or the mental capacity, or anything above."
Just to say, other online recording platforms are available. I may not be using Zencaster, or I am using Zencaster. You can't tell. You can't find me.
He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls. I actually had an email from Adobe the other day saying they've got like podcast software coming, and I was like, "Don't do this to me."
I would honestly. That was one of the options I was going to use when I was having a crisis of what software to use, and I looked at it and I went, "Oh no, it blends all the tracks into one," and I like having individual tracks. I'm like, no, until they separate the tracks, because I already paid for it.
That's the problem. It's like there are free softwares out there, but they're shit, and there's so much more work that it's just not worth it.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've lost track where I am to. So I haven't done this for a while. I've taken a week off. No, basically, I had a meltdown a couple of weeks ago. Specifically, now for some people this day may not matter, but for IT people it did. 19th of July. What time? Around 8 a.m. in the morning. Breaking news on BBC News. Computers go to blue screen of death. I walked into work. Shitstorm. Fucking shitstorm. The moment for Eddie, this not work, that not work, this not work, that not work, that not work, this not work, that not. I'm going. Cool. Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. And I was there for 12 hours trying to sort out, because it wasn't just the blue screen of death that happened. Loads of things went out of whack. And I get very PTSD from it now. So anyone that mentions the company of CrowdStrike and Microsoft in the same sentence, I fucking run a mile. I fucking run a mile.
Do you just see like the word update? Or it's like, no.
Generally, there was an update on my Windows work laptop, and I went, delay. Honestly, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we were hit at work with it. It was funny because Teams was still working. But everything else went down, and we were meant to be having training on the flight system, and we couldn't do it. So they were just like, do some self-study, just Google airlines. I was like, okay. So I just spent my morning Googling airlines.
Oh, that day, what was it? I was doing I was going to do a hardware test at our school, but because a lot of the students were out and about anyway that weekend, so that was good. But honestly, oh my goodness, everyone just went, oh well, we'll just put our feet up and just do fuck all. And I'm running around going, oh no, God, too far. And everyone's going, oh, do you want an ice cream? Yeah, I'll get an ice cream. Do you want an ice cream?
That was me.
Yeah.
And then I'm standing there going, fire. And not offered one bit of ice cream. No. I didn't get lunch until 3 p.m. So need to talk to my director about that, my boss. So we'll see about that. Anyway,
you want to hear the worst thing about my new job?
Go on.
They don't have lunch till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's sometimes normal.
No, I used to have lunch at 12, and so for me this is like hell. It's my own personal hell. I have to wait a whole hour. I'm just so hungry. It goes 12:01. I'm literally ravenous.
Hang on, sorry. Hang on.
That's the worst part.
Do you start at 8 or 9 in your last job?
Well, at my last job,
yeah,
I started when I rolled out of bed. But yeah, Normally 9.
Okay, so what time do you start your new job?
9.
So so you can't wait an extra 60 minutes. I tell you something, the kids in Ukraine and just
Wow.
don't have nothing on you. They've nothing.
Well, do you know what's worse? It's because no, this
Dig
is gonna
hole, dig
this
hole.
this is the biggest first world problem in the world. I don't normally have breakfast, right?
Yeah,
So I would get up, I would drive to work, and then I would have my lunch at 12, and that was just like the first time I'd eat that day.
yeah.
Then I got the new job, and they sent me away on a work trip, and I had to have breakfast. I had to have breakfast every morning for 28 days in a row.
You're right.
A full hotel buffet breakfast. How would you like your eggs, mom? Kind of like level. I got back to the UK, and now I'm just hungry all the time because I wake up and I'm like, where's my full buffet breakfast? Where's my homemade marmalade from the orange trees that you grow? Where's my pancakes? And then I have to drive to work after not having a delicious breakfast, and then I have to work until 1 o'clock. Shocking. Shocking. I'm joking.
So what
I,
you've learned
no,
is you need to have breakfast.
you're not joking. That is the scary bit. You're not even joking.
Listen, I did a hell job for 6 years where I literally couldn't open my laptop sometimes because I'd have a panic attack. And now I have the best job in the world. And so I'm allowed to complain about my breakfasts not being made by 3 pastry chefs that they have shipped over from France.
I tell you something. I will. The one thing I will back you to the hill with. The best breakfast is hotel breakfast
Oh, 100%.
because you didn't have to cook it; someone else did.
Did
You
I
can,
tell you about
yeah, go on.
it was so embarrassing. So we had breakfast in the hotel the first day, and this hotel was insane. They literally did have 3 pastry chefs that they'd flown over from France. Um, So they had like an omelet station, they had like local food, they had like your yogurt, they had like it was insane. And they had a sushi section. So I went over in the morning and I was like, oh, sumimasen, and got myself some sushi. Went up 2 or 3 times to the sushi, and I was like, it doesn't matter, the chef doesn't know me. And he was like putting the sushi up, and I was like, oh, delicious, like, and then like had some. And then the next day, we did the inspection around the hotel, and the guy in charge of the hotel brought the chef out, and I was like, "Oh, konnichiwa, like sushi wa oishi," like it's but like my broken shitty Japanese. And he was from New York, and he'd heard me the day before go, delicious. And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I want the ground to swallow me up. Uh, yeah, it
Anyway,
was so embarrassing. Sorry, just a little side
no,
story.
that's fine, not a problem. Anyway, usually at this point of the juncture, I would say, "How's the last 7 days?" 10 minutes into the podcast.
Well, 31 minutes into us getting on the call.
No, 47 minutes. Anyway, we had a really good chat beforehand. I wish we were recording it, but also not at the same time because it was very, what's the word?
Opinionated?
Yeah, no, it was a good discussion, but I just felt I didn't want to change what we were going to talk about because.
Eddie admitted he owns 6 phones. That's all you needed to
Yeah.
know.
Whoa, back up.
No, 5.
Thank you.
It's 5 phones. He thought about getting a 6 to replace one of them in case it dies.
Seriously, the 2
His
phones I want to.
iPhone 5.
Seriously, the 2 phones I want to get next are. It's already out. It's called the CMF Phone 1. Basically, it's got a changeable back, and that's it. That's all I want. It's by the same company of Nothing, and we were talking about the
Oh.
Nothing. Yeah, it's a cheap phone. It's only 200 quid. I'm like, oh, I can afford £200 for a cheap phone that I could just have around. So yeah, because I do want to replace the personal work phone that I own. But anyway, that's not it. Anyway, I'm going to give Lydia a quick break for a second. Siobhan, how are you?
Yes.
How's the last 7 days for you?
Good. Last 7 days. I've played a lot of Sea of Thieves. I don't have a problem. I can stop whenever I want.
When you playing Baldur's Gate the last time we were talking? 6
Yeah.
months
The hyperfixation's moved. Season 13 started on Thursday. I actually went to the cinema for the first time since Quantumania came out. And it was really good. There was 4 other people in the screen with us, and they stayed fucking silent. It was glorious.
Which film is this, may I ask?
We saw Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, did you see it at midnight?
No, Friday morning, first showing.
Oh no, I saw it at midnight Thursday
No.
morning.
Rookie mistake.
Oh no, I'll tell you. Okay, sorry. Liz, you can come back in a minute. So what happened that day was I was traveling back from. This will be in my Dear Diary podcast I'll be recording, which I think is going to come out before this one. So anyway, because my timetable's all over the place. Anyway, I drove up to Manchester to see some friends, go to a Batman Unmasked exhibition, and then stay for a couple of days. I came back on the Wednesday thinking, okay, I can use it just chill, recover, do some stuff, have a day to myself, do some like clothes wash maybe and things like that. And by the time I got home, I'm like, there's a local cinema down the road. They're doing a midnight showing. I could go to that. I don't have work the next day. I could do this. And yeah, I will do this. Yeah, so I went for it. So I just end up doing that. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of that film because I really do believe the less you know, even if someone's opinion, if someone's opinions of I liked it or I didn't like it, that could still sway you a little bit. I want people to have a watch. I might do a podcast discussion on that because I think it's such a good film and
It's so good.
so much could come out of that.
Feel free to come and scream in my DMs about it because I have many opinions.
Oh, I have many opinions. Anyway, Lydia.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say afterwards we went for coffee and I went on like a 20-minute like TED talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how characters have been well written and not well written. And my was just sitting there like,
Well, okay, we're recording this on a Sunday. Have you heard the news from San Diego?
Yes.
I hate it.
What? Wait, which news? Are we talking about the Man in the Mask?
Yes.
I was literally saying the other day, I miss him in the universe.
No, you miss him as Iron Man.
Yeah, I do.
He's not going to be Tony Stark as Doctor Doom unless they're going to make him come back from the dead and then become Doctor Doom. It makes no sense to me.
Can you imagine they varianted him?
Yeah, which is, do you know what? That could work.
Yes.
Sorry, Liz. Are you still alive?
I have no idea what's going on right now. But you guys are having fun.
The breaking news overnight was that Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU, but we don't have the capacity of Tony Stark. But it's what?
Marvel Comics Universe.
No, but when did he leave?
When he died. When he died at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame.
Oh, good for him. I'm glad he's back.
But I think part of me is thinking he's going to ruin his Tony Stark legacy if he's playing a new role as Victor Von Doom.
Wait, how can he be Doctor Doom and Tony Stark?
He's not. But that's
Does Disney literally have no other actors on their roster?
And that's my problem. That's my problem. Is that they're clamoring back to what the fans want by saying, yeah. Shh! No, you can't say.
I didn't say shit.
I'm
going to bleep that out.
No, I'm going to bleep that out.
Wait, what did Sid say?
No, nothing.
What did you say?
Nothing. We'll say after the podcast. But Lydia, we'll check your 7 days in a minute. But I just think it's like people are just going to remember how good he was as Tony Stark on screen, and when they see this different persona, regardless if it's evil Tony Stark or Victor Von Doom,
give me evil
Wait,
Tony Stark, please.
Is Doctor Doom the guy from Spider-Man?
No, from
Fantastic Four.
Yes.
That makes no sense.
Thank you. I'm not saying there was no other better actor to do that role.
Who'd you cast?
What?
Who'd you cast?
Oh, Eddie Chung.
Yeah. Do it.
No, but that's my problem. I don't know. It's hard because I don't know. Thing is, yeah, I just don't know. I wouldn't know because everyone that you could probably think of has either been already cast in the MCU or.
Well, that's simply not true. There are a million actors, Eddie.
Actually, no. We realized the other day there is only one crossover between the MCU and the Harry Potter universe. So they've got all that pool of like British actors waiting to go.
You put Daniel Radcliffe in.
Hmm.
You put Daniel Radcliffe in, or
he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say who one plays Ron Weasley?
Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint would be good. He's brilliant.
But I mean, as the Doctor Doom.
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. You could say that, Anyway.
Yeah, but even like Kenneth Branagh would be better.
Oh yeah, that would be good actually. But
Do you
I
know who
only
would
say
be
that because I
good?
watched Priory yesterday.
to be fair, he's technically been in the MCU, but just not in front of the camera.
No, he's directing.
What
That's not.
about Nikolaj Costa, the guy Jamie from Jamie Lannister?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
You've
that'd be
also,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
got John Hamm, Michael Fassbender, Adam Driver, Cillian
Michael
Murphy,
Fassbender's in it.
is part of the X-Men universe, which is not the
Christopher
MCU.
Waltz. Christopher Waltz is a great actor.
Mm,
Bryan Cranston, Jason Isaacs.
Jason
Oh,
Isaac.
Jason Isaacs.
Anyway, let's not talk about this. This is not a film podcast. It's a Comic Con podcast, cosplay podcast. Oh yes,
Christopher Waltz would do. Actually, maybe he wouldn't do a Marvel movie, but he's
yeah, that's
such
what
a
I'm saying. I don't
fantastic
consider
actor.
him. Yeah. Anyway, Lydia, how's the last 7 days for you? You sound a bit croaky today. Are you okay?
I am ill, as always, when I come on an Eddie podcast. But my last 7 days have been great. I've been in my new job, finished training the last week.
Wee.
I had a work party, which was insane because I went from a job that I didn't talk to anyone because it was such a toxic environment to going on a slip and slide and painting the face of my literal big boss, like the head of department. I painted his face. Um, yeah, so I am enjoying my new job, um, and I've just been really, really busy. Um, I had a photo shoot that was great. I went to lavender fields. So yeah, it's been a good week.
That's good. No, that's good to
Oh, I
hear.
went to London yesterday for Colbert's birthday. Played mini golf. Lost by 5 points. Devastated.
Is it 5 points or 5 strokes?
So it's Putt Shack in London.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag not spawned. And basically it's all digital, which was very cool. I've never done that before. So when you put your ball on the like little starting point, it's all digital, so it counts how many shots you take, and then
On the starting point.
There's no cheating. I hate this place.
the literally no cheating. But and then so if you get a hole in one, you get 60 points, and then if you do two strokes, it's like 45 points. But if you
Oh.
go into a gutter or stuff like that, you lose 10 points. And then there was a true or false one where it gave you a question, and if you got it, you had to guess, and if you got it right, you got a bonus 10 points. And one of the questions was the surname Bing is the surname of one of the characters in the ancient TV show Friends. So then I died. Yeah, then I died.
Oh.
But yeah, it was good fun.
Just for anyone else who's working out, Chandler.
Yeah, it's Chandler Bing from Friends, but the not ancient, the 90s TV show. Um, but yeah, it was good fun. And then there was a hole that was you had to go up into like what could only be described as like a church's pulpit. You had to start there, and then you had to put it down. It was 5 drums and a cymbal, and then the hole. And Clara just whacked it, bounced off one drum straight into the hole, and we were just like in shock because it was such a wild shot. Um, but yeah, it was good fun. And then we went for food and had slightly disappointing ramen. So
Oh.
a good day.
Did you go for ramen? You didn't go to Uzumaki, did you?
No, I went to Shoryu,
Oh yeah.
on Liverpool Street.
Yeah.
It was okay, but they were out of like a bunch of stuff.
But by the way,
Um,
other ramen shops are available.
yeah, other aren't. Yeah, it just
Of varying degrees of satisfaction.
Yeah.
yeah, it was just wasn't the best. It was food, right?
Yeah.
But it was just a
No,
shame.
no.
I'm also still this is
Yeah.
again going to be like a first world problem, but I'm still on like Japan money, so paying £30 for ramen seems insane to me because I've just
Hang
come
on.
back
Why are you spending £30 on ramen?
because that's how much Shoryu is. So it was a set
Fuck
menu.
off!
It was a set menu that was a drink, dessert, and the ramen. Plus the tip because if you order via the app, they automatically add a
Oh my
£4 tip.
god. That is my okay. If we were
I-
doing
yeah,
a
yeah.
room 101, that is the thing I want removed from society. Fucking
Yeah.
tips outside the US. I'm not saying they are allowed, but they have a better reason to add it. Other places in the world, no. I want that to be very optional and not
Mm.
added.
Well, the problem is so we ordered via the app, paid the £4 tip, and then I was like, oh, I should add some extra like pork to my ramen, but then I'd have to pay the £4 again because I have to order from the app again.
Yeah,
No,
and all
that's
and what really pisses me off about, sorry, we will actually get back to the actual real, and this is kind of still part of, anyway, it's like everywhere in the world that I'm aware of have a living wage. They are paid a living wage, if not a wage. So I do not understand why tipping is included and not optional. And that what pisses me off, because like saying, it's not like we're America, they're paid fucking fuck all, and the
Yeah,
tip is paying for is making up their wages, which is, I think, is absolutely bonkers. Watch Adam Conover about restaurants, I think, about tipping. That explained the Americanized tipping system, because it used to be that, long story short, they did have a wage, but because of the recession, they're trying to cut corners, and they were the patrons were trying to pay, like, tip them, but the actually at the time they went the way, oh no, that seems uncouth type of thing. We can't take that. But because the restaurant owners started seeing this, and the recession came, they went, well, you better start taking that because we're not giving you a wage, and that's remained since the day. And
it's ridiculous tipping culture in the US.
it is. It
Mm.
absolutely blows my mind that that system exists today. But what the crux of it I was trying to get to, Lydia, is what's happened to your voice? Why is your throat a bit croaky?
Oh, so I've to not get into like a huge personal story, but I've had a bunch of lung problems basically since November, and so now when I get a cold, it like fully just wipes me.
Oh
Um,
shit! I did not know
yeah,
that. Sorry,
no,
so
it's
sorry.
fine. So yeah, I got a cold on Wednesday, and that's just yeah. And also maybe I shouldn't have done the slip and slide, but
There's the crux of it. Slip and slide
yeah,
kind of got you.
when it was so cold.
No.
But yeah, it's I've just got a cold, and yeah,
Mm,
they just hit me real hard now
yeah.
that I've got tiny lungs. I'll send you the video of the slip and slide though, because it's a
Oh,
great video.
please do, please do. Um,
Worth it. You'll like it. There's a squirting unicorn.
I'll tell you what's. No, I'll leave that for my dear diary. Um,
What, the squirting unicorn?
no, I was gonna, you talk about regrets and all that, and I thought, should I talk about my? Not saying the biggest regret, but I'm staring at an LP album that cost me £80.
Oof.
It's a brand new album. It's not an old classic or anything like that. It's an anthology of one of my bands I follow, but it's got these markings on the front, and these markings are signatures by the band.
That's cool. That's totally worth it. I am a big fan of
Mm.
physical media, and I have slowly been buying up like anime that I love
Oh
on
yeah.
Blu-ray and DVD because they're all just getting taken off streaming services.
Mm.
Mm.
So I recently bought I got season 2 of Noragami for my birthday, and I've bought season 1 because you just can't find that online anywhere anymore. Um, so yeah, I will
Yeah.
buy physical media now, and
Mm.
I love an LP. So
Yeah, I don't own an LP or anything like that. I just saw this signature went mine, so I'm going to buy a vinyl frame, picture
oh
frame,
yeah, you can get those
and just stick it
if
in
you
there.
if you
I
need any help with buying a record player. Let me know because I can help you.
ooh, I mean, I don't think I'll ever will, because one day this might be sold. I don't know, but anyway, anyway, we're just over. We're 25 minutes into the podcast. We're not even said what we want to talk about.
This is what happens when you say unscripted, Eddie.
It
Like,
really does when there's nothing. But Lydia, to be fair, you do seem to have like a force of nature where apparently that if I don't give you freedom to talk, you will get frustrated. So I'm letting you freedom to talk, and we just go on one.
do I get frustrated? I
You
feel like I don't
said it
get.
before on my podcast. That's why your podcast existed.
Oh yeah.
They just wants a platform to talk, not be
I
told.
just I just want to talk, all right? I have learned I may be introverted, but I'm a yapper. That is what we have learned.
That is such a worse combination. But anyway, so
An introverted yapper.
yeah, uh, so let me talk about my thing that I want to talk about, and I've been recently thinking about this, and I don't know if I should. So I might get rid of my website, not the full collection of food and cosplay, social medias, and all that. just the website, foodandcosplay.org. I'll probably keep the domain. But it occurred to me that I'm spending, I think, £200-300 a year or something like that, just to have to maintain it. I don't do article writing anymore, and all I'm doing is just uploading cosplay photos. Which, now thinking about it, after 5-10 years of doing this, I think 5 years the website at least. I have all of these photos. No, more than 5 years. Fuck, over 5 years of running this website. These photos are also appearing on Twitter and Instagram and now Threads. Why have I got a website for? I just do not understand why I have a website.
I
It
will
ma-
say if I Google my my handle,
What,
I'm
Lusty Moon
yeah.
Surprise?
If
Yeah.
I Google, I'm pretty sure food and cosplay comes up the most. Maybe not so much anymore. Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
If I
yes.
Google my handle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of them are from your website of like the top things it shows you.
Hang on, I've
Oh,
just,
it's not for me. If I type in your name.
Then the rest of it is Facebook, but
okay.
Oh, I think I've got one of every single, even Depop.
oh wow. Yeah, so
Oh right,
I
okay,
don't
yeah.
know. Maybe that's just my search
I'll go to
engine
the
though.
images. So if I go to like
It's
image search.
so funny which ones it picks.
So I got Facebook, mine, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not calling it by its.
Oh, there's food and cosplay in the images. I see it.
I only see 2 of mine. Three.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah. Although weirdly,
6,
on the
7.
apparently I've got safe search on because it's got blur, and one of your photo. Hang on, let's. Oh god.
Wait, which one is blurred?
Yeah, that one's blurred for me as well. It's the bunny,
sitting on a red chair.
the one we shot in January.
Buddy Jotaro?
Yeah, that's blurred for me as well.
That's so
I'll
funny.
screenshot that and send it across.
Safe search blurring is on.
Hang on, let me.
That's so funny. Why? It's just me in a buddy suit.
Hang on, I have no idea.
It's too powerful.
Okay.
Not on my normal
Apparently.
browser though, so maybe if I change browser.
I'm on my phone when I do this. I'll put it in the chat. I'll show you the blurred version so you know we're not taking the piss. Right.
That's
okay.
so funny that it's blurred though.
Yeah. Sorry for the viewers who are listenership who's like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, oh no, okay, that's good to know that if people search for some people's names, my photo somehow appears on searches. But it's like, I was just like, when you were talking about, I'm doing photo shoots here and photo shoots there, I'm like going, part of the reason to have that website was to display my portfolio, to show people what I've got, and then also get hired. I hardly get hired. I think I've got I had one person ask for a location shoot this year from me. Everything else I've had organised myself. And I'm just like sitting there thinking, why am I spending X amount of money? Because I'm also like paying for this podcast hosting. What else am I paying for? To be fair, no, Patreon is actually now covering that now. So that's kind of tit for tat.
I think there's always been a thing like, oh, if you do photography, you must have a website. Social media is not enough. You must have a website.
I don't think that's true anymore.
Absolutely not. Like, if you don't have social media, like, what are you doing? But like, there's such a thing of like, oh, if you have, if you want to be taken seriously, you have to have a website. And I'm like, I can't tell, who's been on my website at all, if ever.
Yeah.
Like, most people were like, oh, I saw your work on Instagram and I thought I'd message you.
Oh, so the shoot I did last week, the last 7 days, was because the TOG put on their Instagram. This was months ago. I want to do a shoot here. Who's interested? And I just replied to the story. I am not going to people's websites.
No, like, I think there used to be, like, before Instagram, TikTok, before even TikTok was a thing, there was definitely a thing of, back in the blog days, before vlogging was even a thing, like, you would go to people's websites to read their diary, essentially. But people just don't do that. You don't have to have a million tabs open of all your favorite creators because they're all in one place.
Yeah, that's a really good way to describe it.
Yeah. Oh no, and that's, I'm like, this is why I'm considering getting rid of the website. if I'm going to do like announcements or article writing, I could do article writing straight onto Facebook. Not that anyone really uses Facebook, I think.
No.
Although sometimes I
don't.
get a surgeon or something, and then is it insurgent?
An influx.
Influx, better word. An influx of like visitors every so often, but not often. If I want to do like I could put things in stories, say, hey, my schedule's coming out soon, you know, blah blah blah. You know, they can just do that. I think you're right about how, you know, having a website doesn't benefit more. I'm still going to keep my website on my other brand, my HKT website, because there's some photos which are not safe for work, which I know social medias could go, we
But
have to
then
ban that.
Purple Port exists, so you could just use Purple
Oh
Port.
no! Oh my god! I do not understand Purple Port. I do need someone to sit down with me and go, "What the fuck is Purple Port? How do I use it? And do I really want to do a casting call? Because I can't be asked. I'm one of these photographers that I don't like organizing. I don't want to be doing this, even though I do it a
So
lot for myself.
I
Whoa! Wait! And like I'd rather have a model contact me and say, I like your work, let's work together. Not, I like your work, if you want to work together, I've got this casting call which hundreds of photographers might be vying for. Let you know. And I'm like, I don't want to compete with you fuckheads. I really could not give a shit about the other photographers. If you like my work and you want to work with me, let's talk. I'm happy to talk. Even if you go, you need to pay for me, I'm like, all right, I might consider that. Not, I don't want to be vying for your attention. You know, just say you like my work.
okay. I just meant that you could use it to host photos that you can't put on social media because they are much more open to stuff like that.
No,
Also,
absolutely. Yeah.
with Purple Port, so I just have the base one because I needed
Okay.
it for tank space stuff. But every couple of months, they're like, you haven't logged in a while. Have premium for free. So they get premium for free for 6 months,
What?
and then
wow.
and then it goes, and then like 4 weeks later, they'll be like, you haven't logged in a while. Have premium again. So I get. So if you just have it in the background and just use it to upload photos.
Oh, I always get the
I,
thing of like, you haven't logged in. We've shut your account.
oh no, I always get
I'm like,
I
okay.
always get
You and me,
like
brother. You and me, brother.
yeah, I get yeah, you haven't logged in a while. I think I have Purple Port Premium right now because I got the email. Let me go to the emails.
Right. I'm gonna. Okay. Here's every email message I've had. I'll try to go back before until I either get bored
Yeah,
or I
there
get
we
a
go.
favor. Yeah.
We miss you, Lydia.
Okay, so I've got a message from so and so VIP member, so and so, Mr. So and so. Hello, Eddie. So and you know, okay, good. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. Oh,
There we go.
the purple bot has removed some of your images. Thanks.
On the 27th of July, they gave me 4 weeks free premium.
Oh my god.
I've got nothing from them.
We haven't seen you in a while.
Purple Paul, you're dead to me. God. No,
I
anyway.
thought they did that for everyone.
Not well. Clearly, someone has a favourite child.
The higher ups like you.
And
They
hey,
don't like
Sid,
us.
we're the ones that create it. They just sit there and do fuck all. We do the
Shots
hard
fired.
work.
If it works.
How
Oh,
to
I
get
can't
cancelled in 30
To
seconds.
be fair, we
can't
all
remember
did
my
it.
password.
Well,
Oh, no.
Hi, Jensen. Hi, baby.
Hi, Jensen123. There you go. That's your password.
Jensen is not Jensen Button. Jensen's the dog.
I wish it was
He's a
Jensen
cat.
Button, and he's a cat.
To be sorry, cat. Sorry, my mistake. To be fair, also, I wouldn't want you to like kidnap Jensen Button and talk to Jensen Button like that.
I would like to kidnap Jensen. Jensen, that's my tea. My precious liquids.
He's like, none for you.
Oh, I'm in. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a hell of a roller coaster. So as I was saying, like,
Oh, I've got 5 messages.
Ooh.
stop
Purple
adminning when you're on this episode. Talking to me, right? The only thing I would say about keeping my website, even though it's costing me £200 ish, is that I think it's the only reason I get a press pass from MC.
Honestly, yeah.
I honestly, the amount of people I got told, oh, they got denied a press pass, not creator pass, but a press pass. And the one question I said, oh, do you have a website? And they go, no.
Yeah.
And like, is that the only reason I have it? So
But the thing is, they ask for like, oh, send us examples of your work, and I sent them. So on my website,
yeah,
there is like a cosplay convention section
yeah.
of like all the good pictures from conventions, which I need updating. And then it was like, send us examples of your work, and I'm like, well, here's this link to this viral thing that did really well. Don't look that it was 2 years ago.
That's what I do. I
Yeah.
mean, I the reason I got TikTok was because I noticed I was no longer getting press pass because I didn't have TikTok. I got TikTok and I started getting press passes again.
Mm,
And my TikTok is like 30 people following me, but it's having something to put in that link. And so I
yeah.
think your website probably does go a long way into getting you
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
By
press pass.
Lydia is 29 now. I've just unfollowed you.
Wow. Wow. Why are you unfollowing me on TikTok?
I just want you to be under 30.
Oh, well, I don't care about numbers, so.
Bollocks! Absolutely.
Everybody cares about numbers.
Anyone that says, "Oh, I don't care about," I mean, I said it, and deep down, I'm going, "No, it matters. It matters."
I don't care. I honestly don't care about numbers. As long as I can still get a
Oh,
press pass, I don't care.
okay. It's like they said, everyone who knows Lydia, unfollow her now. Just unfollow her.
To be honest, yeah, if my work doesn't spark joy, then why follow? I don't follow people that don't spark joy.
Oh, is that why you don't follow me? Okay, that explains a lot now.
Well, no, it depends. On Instagram, I only really follow people that I really know because I get so overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how people can follow like 1,000 people. That just like
Oh no, they don't. They
that
don't.
boggles my mind.
But the algorithm prioritize the ones that you do see the most, and deprioritize the ones that you start to forget about. Because I've actually started looking through my old Instagram followers. I'm going, shit, I've not followed you I've not seen your work in ages.
Well, so
Just
that's why I just follow the people because the algorithm is so bad. Um, yeah, I keep my followers small, but then I do check in on people and like I'll still see what they're up to. I don't know. I think it's unhealthy. I mean, if you look at my recent posts, like one of them got 55 likes, which is insane. But
oh,
that
I
is it is what
dream
it
of
is.
numbers like that.
Like, what,
I
55 likes?
Yeah, I've had to. So
Yeah,
before,
my last one's struggling.
so if I go to photos that before I started tagging people in it. So and when I mean by tag, I meant doing invite collab. Okay,
Mm.
let's go.
Oh my god, the collab thing is like holding my work at the moment.
Okay, right. So I think let's go to.
What is in it's a good thing or
Yeah, the good thing because
Oh, okay, all right. So,
people
oh
will more
no,
likely interact with the cosplayer in the picture.
yeah.
oh, do you want me
They're like,
to
"Oh my
start
god,
collabing posts?
Right, let's see this. Right.
if you can, I will."
So
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't do it by default. So if somebody
Yeah,
wants me to do it, then I
I didn't
will.
either. But yeah, it's
Instagram, do me one favor. Update your fucking settings that you can do invite collab after you posted.
oh please, yes, absolutely.
Please, right. So
And also, I swear to God, like I had an influx of people trying to collab with me, and I'm very. This sounds really bad. I'm picky the way if it's got to look right on the grid, right?
Right, yeah, that's
oh no,
fair.
I couldn't give a
Like
shit.
yeah, oh no, I'm like it's got the white borders on it. No, and I deny because I had a few come in like very quickly after another. I'm like I can't keep like accepting all of them because it's just gonna flood the thing. So I
Yeah.
declined a few, and then I got shadow banned, and I was like, well, fuck me then.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and then like nothing got shown for ages. Because over Pride Month I did like my little rainbow
Yeah,
thing.
you're right.
So I was like, I will do collabs afterwards,
Hmm.
and then it's just it absolutely died. And I was like, cool, great.
It's wild. Like I don't understand it anymore
I don't
because
get it.
Maybe I've
yeah.
been shadow banned all this long. I'm just on a permanent shadow
Yeah,
ban.
honestly, yeah.
Anyway,
I
Yeah.
can't. So if I post too much, it's like no. If I post too little, it's like no.
I know.
My thing with numbers, just to go back to numbers, is I have a hefty following count, right? And it means shit all. And that's sorry for swearing, but that's why I don't care about numbers, is because if I can have a hefty follower count and still only get 72 likes on a photo, then what does it matter? And so I just don't look at numbers because it's healthier. And if somebody is throwing about being like, well, you know, I'm a big deal, I've got this, I don't care. And if and some of the most incredible people will have 200 followers. Sorry, you can hear Jensen.
Yeah,
He's agreeing with me. Some of
he's
the most
screaming.
incredible people will have like 200 followers, and it's like it
Yeah.
it all just doesn't matter. It
Oh
doesn't
no.
matter.
If you like something, it shouldn't matter what the followership is. If you like it, you like it. If they have 1 or 1 million, it doesn't matter. You like what you like.
Mm.
The numbers, in a sense, shouldn't dictate of their followers to tell you I should like
Yeah.
this person. Just means
And people that are like hungry for the numbers and chasing clout and stuff, when does it end? And like,
Yeah.
what's the point? So you get to 20K and what changes? Nothing. Like you get some more admin tools at 10K. That's it. Like it's it's such a weird thing to fixate on when it should be about fun and spending time with your friends and the making of it and the photography side of it. Like,
I think there's such an issue with the way some businesses view social media, and they use
yeah.
content creators, and it's like, oh, well, they don't have these numbers, so we're not going to give them our PR package. And
If
that's
it's
kind of
your job,
twisted.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it's your job, 100% fair enough because it's your job. In the same way that you'd care about, I don't know, CrowdStrike. In the same way that you would care,
oh
like that, I understand because it's your job, it's your source of income. It
Mm,
isn't a hobby. But if you are just cosplaying on the side or doing photography on the side, the numbers don't matter. They just don't, and
mm,
you need to get out of that mindset because it's not healthy. And then what happens is you start ignoring friends or focusing on the numbers and like your whole day is just
mm.
filming content. It's like calm down, have a sandwich and have some fun. Like I just otherwise you're going to look back in 5 years time and be like, well, what did I do?
Mm.
Maybe it's because I'm getting to an age where I'm like, do I still want to cosplay? And so I'm
yeah.
just feeling
Oh
about
no.
that.
No, I thought. I mean, I've had many crises where should I be doing this photography business still? Because it is a
Hmm.
hobby, not shouldn't they be a hobby? Because yeah, it's still giving me joy and happiness, but at the same time, like it puts a lot of, it takes a lot of time out of me, and like it stresses me out that I still got. Sib, I don't want to trigger you,
No,
okay? When I
no.
say this, I still have May MCM 2024 to edit. I know there's some photographers who are still into May 2023 editing photos.
Oh, I've got 2022 stuff.
There we go. Yeah. Just delete it
Like,
if I was you. Just delete it. Just say,
no, absolutely not.
um, sorry, that's not advice I should tell other photographers. So I was
Just delete
joking.
it. Fuck it.
Just delete it.
Well,
No,
now I know where my photos from Eddie went.
yeah, sent to you because I'm up to date.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anyway, no, I mean that's a dilemma that I have at the moment about my website, and
Mm.
because like I said, food and cosplay in itself it does not financially support me at all, and I think there is this. I don't know this perception that because I don't moan about it, complain about it, nor do I like take sponsorship or do this or do that, or they think I'm financially stable that no one like thinks about me, and yeah.
I think there's such a pressure to like do well without, do all the things, do all the social medias, make reels, make TikToks, make content, do this, do that, go to events, blah 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 blah. And also like not look like an asshole who's chasing numbers or trying too hard, and but also being happy at the same time.
Yeah,
Happy.
yeah,
So
Like,
let me just Google what happy
yeah,
means.
exactly. Like, because even I'm like, there's the whole like obviously the movement with like reels. I say movement with reels. It's been going on for how long? But there's a thing of like photographers like, oh, they're finally doing reels. Like they've given up on photos. Like whatever. But you do have to move with the times while trying not to feel like a sellout and all
Well,
this
yeah,
kind of shit. And then if you're honest with people, going, hey, I don't make enough money to pay rent. Like people are like, well, sucks to be you.
yeah, that's
Like,
it, and that's what we'll say. It sucks to be you because
yeah.
that's my choice to do what I'm doing. No one asked me to. Well, I say no one asked me. I blame Anna for. You don't know who Anna is, but she used to help me out with the website. But she got this website on the cheap, and when I took over, that's when the price jacked up. I went, okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Oh, thanks. But yeah,
Yeah.
no. But like I said, I can't. Like I said, I'm loath to get rid of it just in case it was my gateway to get press pass. I might do an experiment where the next time I apply for a press pass, I don't use the foodandcosplay.org website
ooh,
Yeah, that'd be
link
interesting to see what
and
happens.
see
yeah.
how far I get. that will inform me if I should keep it or not. But
Yeah, it's like I feel like with websites, there's such a thing of like, if you go to a restaurant and you like try and Google it and like, oh, they don't have a website, you'd be like, well, I don't trust them.
yeah,
Like if I try to hire a wedding photographer and I
Yeah.
can't look at a website, I'm like,
yeah,
I
and
do think it depends on what your photography is. Like you said, like a wedding photographer,
yeah,
your other account, Eddie, stuff like that. I'd want there to be a website, but I
mm,
think that it just isn't done in cosplay. Like cosplay photographers don't have cosplay websites. It's all social media.
hmm,
So
yeah,
there's probably less importance for it because everything is done.
online. And so
Yeah,
there's
the
other social
community
media sites.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
very
no.
social media
Oh, yeah,
driven.
absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm willing to pay for a £200 ticket to get into an event. I think the one reason I like a press pass, and I know this sounds vain, I don't like queuing. I just want to get rid of.
Yep.
I
Hey,
just
if
want
you're
to get.
paying for convenience, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, but yeah. So anyway, that was a really long segment from me. Sid, was there something that you wanted to say?
So if you're paying 250, 300 a year for your
Yeah,
website and it's
yeah,
getting into X amount of conventions for free
yeah.
via press pass, does the paying for the website equal less than you would pay full price for
Mm,
No,
conventions?
I just thought that because I know was it MCM London was £200 weekend ticket, and
Woof.
if the website itself is £200, then I've got my money back that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah.
I
But
did
what I
not
meant
know
by
it's that much
yeah,
now.
yeah. But what I meant by is
It's
there
not
something
that
you
much,
want
is
to
it?
talk about? Was I want to finish my bit now, full stop. Did you want to talk about
Oh.
your
No, I
answer?
was just thinking the financial like aspect because like if
Yeah,
I pay, £25 a month for you know um for a year, that's like 300 quid.
yeah.
But then if I go to say 6 conventions in a year, does it work out like and get press pass for
Mm,
all of them? Does it work
Mm.
out
yeah,
cheaper?
yeah. No, yeah.
I think I've always heard that blogs are really good for advertising money.
Mm.
Um, so I've
Yeah,
heard that, but
yeah. Do you get ad revenue?
I've heard that blogs are really good for ad revenue. Like they're one of the best paying ad
Mm.
revenues compared to social media accounts. But I don't know how true that is. I've heard that from people that have blogs. Um,
You're talking to the wrong blogger here. I don't make money at all.
okay.
I genuinely considered using ChatGPT to write a shitty fake sponsorship bit, so that halfway through the podcast, go, oh sorry, I've got a sponsorship that I need to read out loud, and it'd be so obviously fake, things like that. Or the other thing I was going to do is take a real sponsorship from someone else's podcast or
Unofficially.
yeah, unofficially.
Unofficially.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
say, oh, if you want to sign to Surshok, use Mr. Mobile, and I'll give you 20% off, or like,
Mm.
I can't remember. It was like a 2-year deal, and I'll give you an extra 6 months on top, something like that. I actually don't know if that is real or not, so don't take it. Just I love his YouTube. He talks about tech a lot, so he does promote Surfshark quite a lot. But I was going to use his one and then see if there's a jump in his revenue,
Oh my
and he's going to
god!
go. I've not
Right?
spoke about Surfshark in years. Why? Yeah, anyway, I'm happy to put a full stop on my one because
Hmm.
I've noticed how long we've been chatting for.
I just think it's really interesting to talk about
Oh
because I don't
yeah,
have a website, but
yeah.
I know Sib does, and I know
Mm.
you do.
Mm,
So it's just, but then I know Sib isn't just you have like your wedding photography
Yeah,
and
it's a bit of
your
everything.
portrait, and yeah.
mm.
So yours to me feel, and it's not really you don't really write articles, right? It's
No,
just
I thought
yeah.
about
So
it.
it's very
My
interesting.
advice: don't,
Yeah,
because it's
I,
another thing you have to think about that you may not have time for,
yeah,
and you've got to be either very creative that you've got always an opinion, something to say every day, not every week, every day, because that way
the
you can backlog, not
You
you
up?
know what I mean.
Yeah.
batch right.
Actually, that's it. Batch log the articles, and I don't. I just every so often I sit there and think, oh, I need to talk about that, and that's it.
Yeah, I think the thing I like about the website, from me personally, is there is a lot of imagery on there that I wouldn't post on like Instagram. Like I've done child portraits, like newborns, and I've never posted that on my social media. The only place you'll
Yeah.
find it is my website. And it's just like things like that. It's just like, I don't want to become fully like, here's all the wedding stuff I've done. I don't want to like, because people
I
don't
feel
follow me for that. Like some people
you'd
do.
need
But
you'd need
yeah,
like 4 different Instagram accounts. You'd need a photography one, like a
exactly.
wedding one. You'd need like
Yeah,
the
family,
baby one. Yeah,
and it's just nope. If I can put it in one place, then yeah, that's great. People wanna see what else I do,
yeah.
Mm.
but
I just I do know deep down I've not managed my sites to the fullest, to its maximum, and I understand that, but I've always said this was a hobby, not a way for me to go right. I'm gonna leave my crappy job and things like that. I don't mind my crappy job, even though 19th of July will sit in my head for a very, very long time. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. But I know others will want to like branch from where they were and go, I want to be this. I want to like. I used for a while, hated how influencer seen and becoming when it first came about. Now I'm like, I can see the benefits of it or see the attractiveness of it and why people go into it. I think it's still in my head a very short term. Was it a short term gain, and there's no long term benefits from it? I don't. You get what I'm saying? It's like, does it create you a pension fund from it?
mm,
That's the main goal
I
in my head.
I'm a firm believer of that you should do things for joy rather than a side hustle. So if the website brings you joy and you're not doing it for monetary gain, then I think it's worth it. But if you are doing it because you want a financial return, then you start, because most cosplayers lose money, right? I now have a spreadsheet and I worked out how much I've spent on cosplay for the
oh
last like
no,
3 years. Um, and it's not an unconsiderable amount, but it's brought me that joy in the same way that I would be spending that money on, I don't know, holidays, or what do people spend their money on when they're not cosplayers? What do normies spend money on?
Oh,
I don't know.
I was thinking about this the other day. As I was saying, if I didn't do cosplay photography, what would I actually be doing? Where would I actually go?
mm.
Where would I actually put my money to? And I didn't think that far ahead because I think, oh my god, I could have bought a house with this money.
Yeah, but
I could
you
have
could
had
say that
partners.
about. I mean, people spent like house deposits on Taylor Swift tickets. Like,
Oh god,
people will spend their money where they want, right? Um, but as long as it brings you joy, then and this is why I say don't chase numbers and don't care about
Mm,
clout and stuff, because otherwise, in 10 years' time, what have you achieved?
yeah.
Like, you should be doing it for the love, do it for the love of the game, but you should be doing it for like the right reasons, and that's very easy to say.
yeah. People can tell
I
when you're not like.
Yeah. You can 100% tell when someone's insincere and they're only talking to you because of numbers. Um,
This is why I have trust issues when people add me on Facebook out of the blue. I don't know if someone's trying to add me because they go, oh, he's a photographer. I could ask him for photos. Like, no, if you want to ask me for photos, there's a business page I have. Fucking go there.
mm,
yeah.
That is literally what that's for. Do not ask me for photos on my personal page if we're not actual friends. Okay,
mm.
Yeah, it's
if we've not had long conversations about other mindless bullshit, then
Yeah.
if you haven't been on the podcast, don't talk to me.
do not talk to me. And like, I have such trust as you, and I know it shouldn't be like that. I should go, oh, someone wants to be my friend. Cool, I add them, but my brain is so suspicious at time. Like, what was it? I put onto my personal. I don't know if I put this on public socials, but I've been watching a lot of videos about this guy play. I didn't realize it was a mod of COD, but it's
Mm.
a prop hunt game.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I love prop hunt.
I love prop hunt.
But I was walking around London and I saw this suspicious porcelain toilet in the middle of the street, and I thought,
Mm.
that's suspicious. That's suspicious. Like, I know it's not really a person there, but I just thought suspicious.
This toilet's sus.
Right. Anyway, we're hitting almost an hour. I don't know if
Oh.
Sib wants to talk about things,
I spoke. It's fine.
but I feel like my one was very dominating, and I know we talked a lot at the beginning, which took half an hour to do an intro. But we were like, it's still part of an unscripted. But anyway, was there something, Sib, you wanted to chat about?
Oh,
By
God.
the way, Lydia, she's just here just to put her 2 cents in because she couldn't think of anything to really talk about. So that's why I got offered
Wow.
her some.
Wow.
Oh, whoa! Don't make me tell out the enemy here.
I'm just a voice. I think it was the quote.
I don't remember saying that at all. I do not remember saying that I am
Um,
just here, but I will be just here. It's fine.
No, oh, God damn it! I said, did you have anything for the unscripted? You went, no, I'm just here to talk. I went, okay.
I didn't know I had to prepare. You didn't tell me you had to. You literally texted me like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did I write? What did I write?
It's fine, but-
Let's see. What did I write? Okay. Anyone free? Hang on. What was it? Friday. Okay. Yeah, hi everyone. Hope you're doing both. I was wondering if you were free either tonight or Saturday evening or Sunday morning for a podcast record. Hello, Sunday. Might be unscripted unless you can think of a topic you can think would be good to chat about.
And I said, "Oh, I have a thing, but also happy to go unscripting unless chaos ensue," which is, I think, is what's happened.
Yeah. Lydia, did you actually read the previous messages?
I'm ill.
Called out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. I do really appreciate you giving me your free time, especially when you're not fully 100% yourself. So,
Champion idiot coming through.
Anyway, Sib, did you want to chat?
Honestly, the website thing was very valid. Like, I've been thinking a lot recently about websites and social media and general business shit and the passage of time.
The universe.
Not the passage of time.
I was having a moment the other day, and I turned around to Daniel and went, "I don't know where I stand," and he went, "You're in the kitchen," and I was like, "I went in the universe," and he goes, "You're still in the kitchen." And I was like,
That's the type of shit I would say out loud as well.
It's like, okay, fine. And he's like, no, what do you mean? It's like, there is, I don't know if it's just me or like, I don't know, other people, a few other people I've spoken to, like, it just, I don't know where time is going. Like, what are we doing on this planet? Honestly, I'm having an existential crisis.
This feels like a heavy subject, and I don't want to condense it to a 10-minute bit, but
at the same time, my brain's like, fuck it, we just get on with it. So
fuck it, we ball.
fuck it, we ball. It's very much the mindset.
Are you talking about as a photographer, as a cosplay photographer, or are you talking about as a person? Where do you stand?
Bit of column A, bit of column B. Yeah, it's the kind of, where does one end, one begin?
I do believe it's like when people say to other people, "Oh, I think everyone's a bit ADHD, everyone's a bit on the spectrum." I think everyone has this conversation with themselves once every shot, and if you don't, I don't think you're human. You're an alien place on this planet.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking.
Wait, what conversation?
Where you are in the world conversation. If you don't say to yourself, like, I've had many chats to myself, like, I threatened to like close food and cosplay because I just thought, why am I doing this? What am I actually doing this? But going back to your previous point, Lid, it's like, actually, this does bring me joy. This brings me fun. This is the only opportunity I have to actually talk to a vast number of people that I would never have in any other industry that I can think of, or any other hobbies I've been involved in. So that's why I've kept up the food and cosplay brand for as long as I have. But I do understand your point of view about saying, yeah, where am I going with this? Because
it's good to check in with yourself sometimes. Like, is this what we're doing still?
I think it's difficult for you guys though, because like, as a cosplayer, if I decided, you know what, I'm done, that's kind of fine. But as a photographer, especially when you have like backlogs and like you're a different community, so if you decide to go, you know what, I'm fine, you have to like close out your books. Like I could just be like bye and like disappear into the ether,
I've got,
and there's
which
nothing
many
you can do.
cosplayers have done to me, because I've given back photos and then months later they go, oh, they've disappeared. Oh, okay then.
Yeah, like I mean, it's bad, but yeah, a cosplayer could, I feel, just disappear much easier.
oh god, yeah. Like, think of like projects. I've got projects. I've got September. I've got one in October. I've got 2 next year. Like, not saying I'm going anywhere, but it's just like, yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
There's this constant feel like,
if you're not constantly creating, it feels like you're not going anywhere. I get that, yeah. But sometimes you do need that break, that stop. Every so often, just if one, reset your brain, reset your alignment of where you want to go with yourself and your creativity and things like that. Absolutely 100%. And if that road stops, it's hard to like push yourself further to say, how do I keep going? I understand that, because every time I hit a roadblock and go, well,
Just trying to
actually,
keep that joy.
yeah, and I just think,
Yeah.
actually, if I just go into this lane and keep going, I'm happier. Or maybe I run on 2 lanes, one
Yeah.
cosplay, one fetish. Not saying anyone here who's done that.
But yeah, that's the other thing, like with cosplay, again, if I decided to just like yeet out tomorrow,
Mm,
I could still make clothes. I could still take photos because I got my new camera. But like there's other aspects of the community that I could step into, and I could still go to con and just hang out with my friends.
mm,
And I will say it's really nice. I've noticed this past year a lot more photographers just going to con
yeah,
and having a day that's just them hanging out with their friends.
it's
They
so
put,
nice.
I'm not bringing my camera. I'll come say hi. Like I'm so happy that people are setting those boundaries.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
much needed.
and I think a lot more cosplay photographers should think about, you know, having that hard boundary, because also it will show you who is just using you for photos as well. Because if they, I don't know. I mean, it's hard at con because you don't know if you're
Mm,
going to see people or
Oh,
not. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I think it's very nice that
Mm.
I've
mm.
seen a lot of photographers set boundaries.
I think it's been a long time coming as well because there is such a thing of people just. I've done 3-day weekends where I've barely sat down and I'm fucking ruined afterwards. But
Mm.
actually
Yeah,
taking time and going, no, I'm not taking a camera. Like I didn't take one to Fantasy Forest just gone, and I saw people
yeah.
shooting, and I'm like, I don't miss it. Like,
So Fantasy Forest in particular, just to jump in, sorry.
mm,
This is going to be controversial, and Eddie, feel free to use this as a hook. No, um, so we went to the first Fantasy Forest, and obviously we've now gone to multiple.
mm,
I am not a huge fan of it becoming a cosplay event,
mm,
and like for me, it will always be one that I wear a comfortable outfit if I cosplay, and I'll get some phone photos, and the rest of the time I'll spend at the Ren Fair.
yeah,
And fair enough if you want to go and take advantage of the scenery and take photos and treat it like a photo shoot. But I feel like it will ruin some of the community because I think people are treating it as Cos Expo
yes.
because Cos Expo disappeared, and so now this Ren Fair has popped up, and I'm like, it
I just,
isn't it isn't a cosplay convention, and I feel like you're not ruining the vibes because you do what makes you happy. But I just feel like it's a shame that you have to. It's like that thing of you have to side hustle everything. Everything has to be a side hustle. Every con has to be a photography. Like it has to be like this full on cosplay. No, just chill out.
mm,
Maybe get some photos. But like I saw so many togs on the weekend of Fantasy Forest that didn't get to see the Ren Fair because they were shooting the whole weekend. And I'm like,
yeah. What's the point?
have a day off. Just like eat some giant cheese and have a day off.
I
Like,
think,
I just
I think like
sorry.
this was Fantasy Forest. Like I barely. I think I took 2 videos on my phone, just like memories. I was in a couple of selfies. I don't even have a full photo of my entire outfit, and that was the
Oh,
first
but
time
you
I'd
look
probably
so
made.
cute.
And it was the first time I like made an effort, made something myself. Like I've never. I don't sew garments. I'm not a cosplayer. I don't have any pictures of it, like
Yeah,
in
so
its
the
entirety,
the
like
only
which is
reason I
fine.
took selfies was because we were sat and I was like, I haven't taken I think someone came
Mm,
over and was like, we should take a selfie. And I was like, I haven't taken a single photo today. So I got my
yeah.
phone out. We had a mad 10 minutes of like taking photos, doing a slow-mo run,
Mm,
doing a stupid colour thing. And then the phone went away and I spent the rest of it. Like it was only because I was like, oh, I haven't taken any. I should.
mm,
Because the rest of the time I forgot to get photos with anyone because I
yeah.
was
I just.
enjoying the day, and it's quite nice to do that.
Mhm.
I just For me personally, Fantasy Forest will always be a non-cosplay event, and yes, I'm in cosplay, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be
I
something I've worn before, it's something comfy, it's something I don't care about.
I don't understand people who get a cosplay and go, I'm gonna wear this to this event, and it doesn't fit the event. Like this is a fantasy, like LARP, D&D, like yes, coming Critical Role, absolutely valid, like all that kind of stuff. But like I don't know, I can't remember which character it was, but I saw a character and I was like, that doesn't belong here.
Did
Like
you see the Matrix ball gown?
yes, that was it.
That
It was
was
at
so
Matrix.
it was so cool
It's so
though.
cool, but I'm like, but it's the Matrix isn't set in this universe.
But it was like a ball gown at least.
Yeah,
Like
but hey,
I thought it was so cool.
but I
I
don't understand the need to.
I like that it has a cosplay section and it has the masquerade and stuff.
Mm.
But I feel like I'm in the like the Facebook group and there are already tensions I feel
Oh God,
between
absolutely.
cosplayers and the
The
Ren Fair
Yeah, the
people.
photography thing.
But oh yeah, I saw
My
that.
God.
Yeah, did you see someone put like because so Eddie for context, someone took they like zoomed in on a lot of people like
Just
eating, sitting
chilling out.
down, and then posted them on the Facebook group being like, look at these great photos I took. And a bunch of people were unhappy because they weren't just like candid crowd shots, they were candid people eating crowd shots, which fair enough. Um,
Or
but
like
someone
talking, or yeah.
yeah, someone put, and it was they were very polite about it, and they were like, "Oh, so in the cosplay community, we have something called like cosplay is not consent, and like it's just polite not to take pictures of people when they're eating or they're sat down because they're not ready for their photo to be taken." And the replies were like,
Mm,
"Don't bring your cosplay into our event," and it was like, "Oh no, we're bringing
yeah,
consensual like."
yeah. It was a
Like,
whole
what's your
thing.
problem? Like, of all the things to get mad about, asking politely for permission to post a photo is not the thing to like. And some woman, she put something like, when I've been at Ren fairs, I've had people take pictures of me breastfeeding and I didn't have a problem at all. And it's like, okay, you don't have a problem with that. But like, I think the majority of people
Yeah,
probably
I wouldn't
would.
want pictures
Like,
like that.
yeah, like it's been put on a public Facebook page as well when you didn't know from very far away with a zoom lens.
Mm,
Like, I'm sorry, I would have a problem with that.
yeah,
Um,
Just for the record, I also don't want pictures of me breastfeeding of
yeah.
yeah,
myself.
it's a personal thing, Eddie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a nice moment
it's
between you and your
between
child.
you, yeah, you and your 6 phones. Um,
Five!
but,
Five
but
phones!
sorry, your 5 phones. Um, I can't remember what the point I got on this, but like, I just feel like fair enough if you do want, if that's what you want to use it for. I've got no problem with that, but I just think it's a little bit sad that we can't have one event in the UK that doesn't get not gamified, but like doesn't get
Cosplay.
Cosplay over everyone.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
right.
doesn't get doesn't become this
No,
everything is content.
no, I get that. I know. I look. Okay, so if I let you two have
Sorry, Eddie.
That's all right. To go back to Sib's point about photographers being themselves and going to fair.
Mm.
Okay, so I haven't made it official, but it is official. So I'm not turning up to October MCM this year. I've got various things that's happening. One Saturday, I'm going to a wedding. Friday,
Ooh.
my underling has booked that day off quicker than I did, so I went fuck.
I wonder if we're going to the same wedding.
Wait,
That's the
is that the
reason I'm not.
wedding?
Because that's the reason I'm not going to MCM.
Hang on, this person starts with an M?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I
We're all
need
going to
help.
that wedding.
I need help because I lost my invite, so I need someone to give me the address.
Yes, I have it. I'm working that event.
Oh, that now begs the question: why wasn't I asked? No, good thing I wasn't asked. Second, and so, but I might turn up to Sunday MCM, but I might just go as a punter.
See, I
Yeah.
had that thought as well because last May I did wedding work at MCM.
Yeah,
Big
that was
mistake.
big.
Oh.
When you told me that in May, I looked at you and went,
Why?
"Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Like the Friday wedding, I can understand. Friday wedding, Sunday, like
No, I did MCM Friday and
no.
Sunday
So anyway,
around a wedding. It's
so
stupid. Don't do that.
yes, so Sunday I might just turn up as myself. The one thought that popped into my head, which I think is my old negative Eddie personality kicking in, was that if you sees me first and say, "Oh hey, oh not taking photos," I think I might blacklist them.
Oh,
And I'm
fair.
not going to, but that like you said earlier, that informs you who
Mm.
wants to see you as Eddie or sees you as a photographer. And obviously, no one sees you, Siobhan, as Eddie. But I'm just saying.
No one sees me. I'm invisible. It's fine.
Oh, don't talk about invisibility. I swear that is actually my superpower, but that's for a different occasion. But yeah, I really would get really hacked off if
Mm.
said, "Oh, you're not here with a camera." I went, sorry, is that all you see me as a photographer? How are you, Ed? How's things? Oh, you enjoying the event?
It
how's
is
things?
quite nice. Some people do kind of go like, "Oh, good for you!" Like not shooting. Like
Yeah,
if you are like hanging around, because I've started hanging around with Chris
yeah,
Ward at cons,
mm,
and we just mooch out. We go for lunch and
yeah,
look at all the merch, and it is nice. Like,
yeah. Oh
yes,
yeah,
we can
no.
talk about photography, but no, we don't have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I will take a camera. Anyway, no. Anyway, so that's the plan for that, and I might talk about it like a fuller podcast on this. I don't know, but yeah, that's one thinking I have at the moment. Secondly, what the fuck is a fancy? I literally only found out about this like 2-3 months ago, and it sounds like everyone went to this.
So many people went that I knew,
Yeah,
like on
yeah,
socials.
and I never
Yeah.
made the link between no Cos Expo this year to people going to my brain didn't make that connection.
So it's
I
been running a few years, and we went to the first one, and it
Yeah,
was very much. It definitely wasn't a cosplay event. It
no,
was
but I
people
will.
dressing
Yeah,
up in their LARP gear, in
yeah,
their. So there's definitely lots of people dressed up, but it's definitely not cosplay community.
Wait, was
mm,
that the
Um,
first forest?
it was the first or the second. We went to one of the very earliest ones.
Oh,
Um, and then yeah, and then last year, um, I think a lot more cosplayers went, and then because everyone saw so many cosplayers go this year, it was a huge part of the community were there.
mm,
Um, and so this year they also opened the castle for the first time because previously the castle wasn't
mm.
open. So that is probably why people then were like, "Oh, I can treat it as like a photography event."
yeah.
Um,
I'm not.
which again, I don't have a problem with, but
Yeah,
I just wish people would
look,
I don't know.
no. What I was going to say is that unless there's specific rules that says no photos to be taken, people will rock
Oh,
up,
ow.
especially with events like this where no photographer had to book a location, no one had to sign any safety waivers or things like that, no one had to pay for this and sort this out and sort that. If someone's already done all that work, inevitably, a cosplaying photographer will use that situation to take photos. I'm sorry to say that,
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna
they
happen.
will. But I think the problem is it
But
this year in
yeah,
particular because it was so busy. I can and
Mm.
you could see the other because
yeah,
the way I look at it is cosplayers have come into that community because that is not a
absolutely,
Yeah.
cosplay
and
community,
that's what I was about to
and
point out. Yeah.
you could see people getting annoyed by it.
Because people are
Yeah.
there to enjoy wear their Renaissance fair type of thing, or someone's dressed as Star Trek going, "Oh my god, I've been beamed down to a Renaissance planet." Sorry, Big Bang Theory deep cut, which I absolutely wish I didn't say out loud now. But anyway, um, I know I get. Do you think I think I'm on the side of the Renaissance fair goers because if it's billed as a Renaissance fair type of event, so I hope I'm using the right terminology,
Yeah.
then I would be pretty pissed that yeah, it's been taken over by cosplay. It's like if I'm at a Comic Con and there was a car show down the road, and all of a sudden each year they're just creeping in closer and closer, and more of the car enthusiasts starts taking over, taking cosplayers to their car show. Hey, look, model the cars for us. I'm like, whoa! This has nothing to do with Comic Con. Fuck off.
Mm.
This is our bit. I'd be pissed off as well. But like I said, and when you're in the middle of the storm, you don't see the storm. You're just in the middle of it. But everyone else who sees who is aware of the storm and things like that, it's hard. I think thing is, like I said, I think our not just cosplayers or photographers. I think as human beings, we are quite selfish, and when we want to do something, we want to get involved and get our own purposes done. We just do it without
Mm.
really thinking about the wider scale of things. Like there are plenty of times I've gone into an area that I know I probably should have asked permission for, but I still took photos there. I know when I'm doing public shooting on public location, my mindset's always been when people like going like when I'm on a bridge or up a stairs. Oh, there was I'm sorry to get in the way to know, and my first reaction has always been no, we're in your way because
Mm.
we know these
Yeah.
are stairs. This is
Yeah.
not a photo shoot area. This is stairs. We're in your way. You go forward, and things like I was shooting with Purple Muffins a couple of weeks ago in a underneath Cutty Sark Tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
and we were literally blocking it. And every so often I'm so sorry, come and go through. We're blocking you, not other way around. I don't know if any other photographer would really say that out loud. I think the photographer would stand there and just make everyone wait and couldn't give a shit.
Oh no, I'm very much like, I'm
No,
so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Everyone I've worked with would do that. The
Yeah.
thing with thing with Fantasy Forest is that it's what will happen is because it is such a great opportunity to shoot on the grounds without having to pay. I think it's like £20 entry because you can do your own photo shoots there outside of
Mm.
Fantasy Forest.
Mm.
It's about £20. What will happen is you'll get people that turn up, buy tickets, and just do the photo shoot and leave. And so you lose that community because people are just turning up, shooting, and leaving.
Yeah.
They're not going around the
Yeah.
stalls, they're not watching the fighting, they're not listening to the orchestra and stuff. And so the dynamics and the
Mhm.
audience changes, and so you lose something
And then you'll
in the
get
same in the same way that, cons have changed in that.
Oh yeah, that's literally what I was about to say because I think there's a group, a big group of cosplayers and photographers, and I'll include myself in this. Use Comic Con not for Comic Con; they use it as a
Yeah.
photography day or weekend. I do have some problem with it, and that's why I spend every Friday morning out of COD going around and looking around and making sure I at least see people, buy some merch and things like that. But it's not always the case. It's not always I
Yeah,
do that.
something does get lost.
I think
Sorry,
that
Seb.
it'll get to the point where like there are people like, right, this is the new location to use. This is and then everyone's fantasy photos will look like, oh, it's Dudley Castle again.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it will get to the point where you'll have those photographers, you know who you are, who will sit there and camp with your fucking lights.
Oh!
And you will like they finally like, oh, you can finally see the castle grounds. You can finally explore the ruins.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful places. But I don't want to have to like sidestep light boxes. Like
Did you go around the castle this year?
no, I didn't.
There was queues to shoot in the
Yeah.
window. There was queues to shoot on the
Yeah.
balcony. There was queues, and so we were just sat in the corner, kind of. And at no point were the castle grounds
Mm.
free, which is again, it's fine. I just think that it's a little bit of a shame. I mean, I
Yeah.
also got photos in the window, and like we just queued and like we just took phone photos and then
Mm.
moved on. And that again, it's difficult because there isn't anything wrong with it, and I don't want to like I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
don't. I know you
yuck
don't want
someone's
to.
yum,
I think
but
we're
like
protective of it. I think it's protection. We're just like,
Which
please don't ruin this.
yeah, I
100.
think it.
I
Please don't
understand you.
ruin this.
Yeah, I know you're trying to protect. It's like I said earlier. We want to protect Comic Con for what it is. We don't want this is the big bee in my bonnet about charging at a Comic Con. It's like we don't want to. I don't want to see that to be ruined about charging at a Comic Con because I think that's such a core element about how the cosplay scene in the UK is and how it works. Because without that, I've always had an issue with cosplayers paying for photographers' time at an event. Like, wait a minute, why is the photographer more important than the cosplayer? Because I've always said it's a 50-50 partnership. Without photographers, you don't get cosplay photos. Without cosplayers, photographers have nothing to shoot except for the con floor. And once you got one or two con floor photos, that is it. So it's like the aspect of like charging. Once that changes, and I think it will change in the future, just when I don't know. But once that happens, and there's a tidal wave of photographers going, "Well, I'm charging now," that goodwill essence disappears. And I've always said this: the moment a photographer charges, there'll be one cosplayer who will charge, and once that becomes successful, every cosplayer will charge. Then everyone's charging, no one's going to pay. Anyway, get off my soapbox now.
It will be a ripple effect of just
just
counterintuitive charging.
Exactly. So yeah. Anywho, yeah. No, yeah. So anyway, to go back on the Fantasy Forest thing, yeah, I saw loads of people talk about it. I wanted to know what it was, but at the same token, I didn't really consider that to be another cosplay event.
It is now.
Yeah, but the way that my brain works is that I'd be bored at that event if I was taking photos that day because I'll be taking one person who looks exactly the same as another person to another person to another person to another person to another person. Maybe some variation here and there, but essentially they've got the same theme and style. I'd be bored out of my mind.
I don't know because there is a lot of variety and everyone's so talented and like you said, there was Critical Role, there were witches, there were mushrooms. It definitely has a fantasy slant, and the grounds are very varied. It is very similar to Cos Expo. It has filled the hole that Cos Expo left, and yet again, I am sad that Cos Expo died. Um, so I don't know if you would be bored because there is so much variety for you.
Mm.
Um, and like there's nothing wrong with it being a cosplay, like doing cosplay photography there, as long as it doesn't become a cosplay event. I think is the point I'm trying to make.
I think you got to. I think you got to nip it in the bud or set real hard rules that people need to follow.
But then
Because
how do you police it? Because people who are there from a Ren Fair
what
also want to
100%
get
easy.
photos.
Easy over there. That's where you get your photos. Everywhere else, it's just a fair.
But how do you what you can't take photos on your phone? You can't because people don't have lights because it's outside. Like I don't think you'd be able
I think
to
if you got
police that.
sorry to take a phrase from the MegaCon London event incident, if you have a professional DSLR camera, that is something that you should go into that area. If you have a cell phone, that's just general common photos because it's not.
Ow.
No, I think what I was trying to say is that, like I said, I think I know the selfless nature of a photographer, or I've seen a lot of it, and I'm just like going, you've got to literally pen us into a corner because we will just go anywhere we want thinking it's right. So you know, and like I said, and this is what I've always said, and I know we're almost hitting an hour and a half, and this is way longer than I thought. I do worry about when us photographers go off piste, and if there's an incident, who's to blame? Is the event or the photographer? Because we paid.
Photographer.
Well, I don't know, because like if something happens on MCM grounds or Excel grounds, who's to take the, because they've got the safety certificates and all that. I don't.
Wait, what was the question?
So basically, what I'm trying to say is that if something happened at this fancy forest
Mm-hmm.
and you go off piste a little bit, you found this rocky area and someone twists their ankle. If something was to happen beyond that, who do you point the blame? Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like,
It's common sense.
is it though? Because
Yeah.
I can
If
imagine
you're
the photographer try not to get the blame for this. If there's a,
I mean, who's twisting their ankle?
I would say the model who's attended fancy forest.
If
so when sorry.
I've been like, if I was shooting someone and I said, if you can get up there and you feel safe to do so, go for it. And then they
Exactly
twist their
that.
ankle, that's on them. Because I've said, I'm not going to force you to do this.
Yeah.
But if it's someone going, get on there, it's going to look fucking incredible.
Okay, so but shouldn't the fancy forest people have gone, oh, this is an area we shouldn't let people
Yeah,
climb
you shouldn't be able
up?
to get there in the first place.
So you can,
No,
yeah,
no,
but
no,
you were
because
saying that you can blame them for that. So this is what I'm saying. Where does that lie? That's
it
blame lie?
it's a common sense thing because
Yeah.
like if you climb scaffolding for a photo and you get hurt, that's on you. You
That's not
know
on the
you shouldn't be
scaffolding,
up there.
But shouldn't there be a
If
barrier to stop people from us going
no,
towards?
no, I hate stuff like that. I hate people that get hit by a train and they're like, well, this fence wasn't in place. You know you shouldn't be fucking around with the train.
Mm.
In the same thing of like if you're climbing something,
Yeah,
if you're
no.
climbing a tree for a photo and you fall out of that tree, that's on you. You have the common sense to know that you shouldn't be doing that. In the same way that if you're fucking about in the rocky bit,
Mm-hmm.
it cannot be up to the venue to realize that everyone's an idiot and they're like, I'm sorry, but common sense has to come
No,
into it. And
I,
if you're an idiot, that's
I,
on you.
I,
Darwin's law.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you 100%, but that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about how some people react and go, this is not my fault. Whatever the situation is, we know there are some people who will say to themselves, this is not my fault. It's always someone else's fault.
Well, then, honey, they got a storm coming and they need to learn to be an
Mm-hmm.
adult because
Uh,
the world doesn't work like that.
on that,
Sorry.
yeah, no, 100% agree with you. And do you know what? I'm going to end the podcast there because I don't know if these two want to do a podcast extra. We'll talk off the air a little bit.
I think Eddie wants to hear my gossip.
I do actually. I really
Yeah.
do. We got lots of gossip in between now, in between the podcast extra we do. Anyway, so we'll end the podcast here. If we are going to do a podcast extra, please go to the Patreon pages. But thank you Lydia for literally doing this with your voice and all that. I do thank you. Sib, where can they find you on the social medias?
Oh, social media. You can find me under Shill Photography or Shill Photos pretty much anywhere and everywhere.
And www.shillphotography.com.
.co.uk.
Oh, shillphotography.co.uk.
Get it right, woman. God, you're hey Sib, your PA needs to like really sort themselves out.
Wow.
Lydia, where can I find you on the social medias?
I am Celery Moon Designs on everything but Broken Phone Girl on Twitter.
Have you not bought the website Lusty Moon Design yet?
I haven't. Maybe I should.
Just
I'm
have a
pretty sure.
redirect.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have some ad revenue with a name like that.
Yeah.
Oh man. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/links, that's where you'll find my social media links that I have.
For now.
For now, yeah. If you go to foodandcosplay.org, generally you'll find daily cosplay photos, possibly articles, and things like that. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, that's where you find previous recorded podcasts with these two, other topics and other guests. If you go to patreon.com/foodandcosplay, that's where you hear the podcast extra, possibly with these two. I don't know yet. But
You're going to have to do a whole new outro if you get rid of your website.
Oh no, I did. Well, no, I had thought about that. Do you know? I'll mention the podcast extra if there is one. But anyway, on that note, thank you very much. And if you're not joining us on the podcast extra, thank you for listening. And I'll see you next time. So I'm going to say goodbye, and they're going to say goodbye. So bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.